now to a consumer first alert to help you avoid a travel nightmare.
Because it throws you in a little bit of a panic. Now you've missed your flight. Now what are you going to do? You're always in some type of a hurry.
The Wisconsin Better Business Bureau says they're getting reports from people losing money and personal information to a travel scam. An investigator with the Wisconsin BBB helping you avoid the imposter scam that actually happened to her. Tammy Elliott joins us with her consumer first alert. So when this happens to somebody who works for the BBB, that really proves that anyone can fall for this. So exactly what happened to her?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they were pointing out the fact that you have to be concerned about these travel scams. I'm doing the interview with her to highlight this, and she said, I want to share this with you, in fact, because it happened to me. She said she was in the airport with her husband. The flight got canceled, and they were urgently trying to rebook, and she said, I Googled the phone number, pick up my phone while I'm in the airport, look for the airline. She was on the phone, she said, for an hour, shared her personal information, her flight details, didn't pay anything extra, hung up. She said it was about an hour on the phone and just felt a little uneasy. And she said, of course, what did I do? I plugged that number into the BBB. I looked it up and saw a bunch of complaints.
Oh, no.
So then it began, what she said was a fiasco, because she said then I had to spend hours, filing complaints and contacting the airline, getting the real airline service on the phone, the real airline on the phone. I mean, and that's what she said. Bottom line, when you're booking and you have your airline, put that customer service phone number in your phone, or let's say you have the app and you're using that, that's the real contact information.
Yeah, you're under stress if your flight gets canceled, so you're just looking for anyone to help you out, get you to your destination. So I can see how that would happen. So if you think you're talking to airline customer service, you find out you're not, you shared information. What happens next? What should you do?
Right. Well, and Lisa Schiller said, I did share all of this information. She said to this day, 2 years later, she doesn't really know whatever happened with that. In some cases, Cammie, they're asking you to pay an extra fee. They'll be able to get you a better connection. So there's some payment information there. You might lose money. But obviously, if this happens to you, you want to file a complaint and contact the airline as well.
I will say this, when you're doing hotels as well online, sometimes the first one isn't their actual website, it's a booking website, so you really have to pay attention.
And there are third-party booking sites out there, so there's some confusion, right? But you do have to know where you're going. And sometimes this happens, right? You're looking for a deal online. And then, so is it a scam? Maybe not necessarily, but you might pay extra fees or you might save some money, but you always have to read the fine print. And one of the biggest tips she also gave me is to save all your documentation and paying with a credit card, because if something does go wrong, that gives you your best line of defense. If you need to contact the credit card company and tell them what happens, they can often help in that aftermath of that.
Right. So it's okay to look for deals online. It's okay to make those calls, but you just have to know who you're calling.
Absolutely. And go to the BBB and look for reviews, look for complaints, search up that company or that phone number and try to find out in advance. And again, put that phone number for the airline in your phone, that customer service phone number when you're booking. I know it's probably not the first thing you're thinking about, because who thinks that they're going to have an issue, right? But it does happen, and you don't want to be in that urgent situation where you're trying to rebook and just Googling the phone number.
All right. Thank you, Tammy. We look forward to that tonight on Action 2 News at 5.